listening to the Video Game and Nerd Trivia Podcast with Tony D. Video Game and Nerd Trivia Podcast, your episodic dose of trivia covering all things video games and nerdy. Now, here's your host, Tony D.
Welcome to another episode of the Video Game and Nerd Trivia Podcast. Today's going to be another Minisode where I'll just ask you 10 questions and then give you a 5 seconds of silence and then tell you the answer. So each question will get 5 seconds of silence. Sorry if that was not clear, but anyway, today's topic is going to be forgotten handhelds. So it's a little bit more difficult, but I'll try to give some clues that will help with the questioning. But we'll see. And if not, you'll learn something, right? So these were forgotten video game handhelds. Alright, let's play. Question 1. This taco-shaped device tried to combine a phone and a game console in the early 2000s. What was Nokia's ambitious handheld called? This was the Nokia N-Gage. Question 2. This sleek Sony handheld slid open like a phone, and it had no UMD drive, focusing only on digital downloads. What was this? This was the Sony PSP Go. It's a really cool design. I really like it. I wish that they actually continue with it, but that's a different topic. Question 3. Often called a budget rival to the Game Boy, this was a grayscale handheld in which its name suggests it wanted, to supervise your fun. What was it called? This was Watara Supervision. Question 4. This Tiger Electronics console had a touchscreen and internet access before the DS smartphones. Pretty ahead of its time. What was this device called? And the name was a play on the internet boom at the time. This was Tiger's Game.com. Question 5. Known for being the first color handheld with backlighting and developed by a company famous in the 80s, what was this console? This was the Atari Lynx. Question 6. I like this one, but question 6. Created by a South Korean company, this handheld was known for its homebrew and emulation support, and the name sounds like a techie initials. What was it called? This was the GP32. I think it was by Game Park. I remember seeing this in GamePro magazine and was like, oh my gosh, this is the Game Boy killer. Of course, we know it didn't, but it was one of those handhelds where it was heavily promoted in all the gaming magazines back then, and I was really excited for it, but it was so expensive. Anyway, question 7. This Japan exclusive handheld came in black and white and color versions, and its name might have you think of Magic and Birds. What was it? That is the WonderSwan Color. Great device. Question 8. This Sony Ericsson phone, it's a phone, okay, had a slide-out gamepad and was nicknamed the PlayStation phone. I'll tell you, it's very similar to PSP Go. But what is its official name? This was Xperia Play. Question 9. This was a very obscure Game Boy competitor made by the Bit Corporation. I'd give you more clues, but this is a question where it's either you know it or you don't. So, what was this handheld called? So, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's Bitcorp's Gamate or Gamate is Gamate. And the last question. Marketed with celebrities and costing a fortune, this failed handheld by a company called Tiger Telematics is now infamous because of all the scandals involved with it. What was it? GamePro actually called it the worst selling handheld console in history, and game trailers named it the worst console of all time. The scandal involved, like, you know, the people in charge of it were like tied to like some crazy secret mafia or whatever, but criminal activity. Anyway, what was the name of this handheld? And again, when this one came out, marketing was crazy. I was really excited for it, but this was the Gizmondo. So take a look into it. It's really interesting. The controversies and scandals are really interesting for it. Yeah, but that's it. Hopefully you guys got some of these questions and got reminded of these forgotten handhelds, or you learned something new. But yeah, if you want to suggest any topics, feel free to reach out. Or, you know, if you like this episode, feel free to rate us on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you're listening to this. But until next time, trivia on.